A metallic napkin holder! Where did this come from? I probably left it lying around. Maybe I should pick it up. Gregory would get angry if he found it here. Hey Gregory, did you by any chance put a strange box on my bed last night?
Box? What box, Charlie? I didn't put anything on your bed last night.
Ah, then it wasn't Gregory who put it there. Now I'm wondering who it was and why.
Charlie, what's going on? Is everything okay?
Everything is fine, don't worry. Listen, I have to ask you a favor. Could you go to the local Chamber of Commerce this morning and research all documents relating to a certain society service, please?
Of course, Charlie. No problem. I'm going to research the documents later. But what is this service society?
That's just what I want to find out. The ice statue has completely melted. What a pity. I'll take the trident as a souvenir, to comfort me. It worked! I didn't expect that. After all, they say a little physical exercise is good for your body. Let's see if this can still be of some use. It could just as well work. Damn! It broke! Maybe it was already damaged. What a pity. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3. Ugh! At last! What a struggle! It's a small and sturdy box, no more than 12 inches wide, empty. I wonder what was inside. The door leading to the alley has a bar on it, and it looks pretty sound. I don't see any signs of breaking and entering, but the thieves must have used this entrance. However, the bar can be raised from the inside without using any keys, and this also disengages the alarm system. Now that is interesting. Nah, I don't believe it! A new suction pad, abandoned in the garbage. Maybe I could... No hints at all. That's strange. I was expecting to find something. I need more info to get some kind of accurate idea. For example, it would be useful to know what was stolen, at least to formulate a hypothesis about how the thieves executed the theft. I can't ask Uncle Chandler. He would become suspicious. Maybe this is the time to pay a visit to Professor Archer. He should be able to give me some information.
Here we are. I don't like this business. Let's hope I'll be able to understand what's happening.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you.
Ooh,
Everything's all right?
well, actually,
Are you okay?
yes. Everything. Everything is fine.
Well, excuse me, but now I really have to go. See you.
Something's missing here. Strange. An entire file with certificates of incorporation from 1907 has vanished. Those documents are necessary to certify the creation of any kind of company. Things like these just don't lose themselves. Someone took them. I'll warn Charlie about this. It might be important. Okay, it's already late, and I don't think there's anything more to be discovered. I'll head home.
It was pretty easy to find the correct address among the museum documents. It wasn't a problem to get past the doorkeeper. Now let's see about finding the information we're looking for. That lighter in the window is really beautiful. I'm sure it could be helpful. It's a pity that the display cabinet is closed. The glass appears shaky, though. Okay, here it is. If this detective thing doesn't work out, at least I have a possible career as a thief.
Mr. Chamber, what an unexpected surprise.
Good morning, Professor Archer. I hope my visit isn't bothering you.
Please, please, Mr. Chamber. It's a pleasure to see you. Please, do come in.
Thank you, Professor.
May I ask to what I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Well, you see, what happened the other night during the dedication really struck me. As you know, I'm one of the main financial backers of the museum. I'm concerned about the possible repercussions of the theft. It's not that I have any doubts, Professor Archer, but if possible, I'd still like to have a look at the stolen items list.
I'm very sorry, Mr. Chamber. The police expressly forbid me from divulging any information about this matter.
If you don't want to show me the list, maybe we could talk about you a little bit. You could tell me how and when you learned about the theft. I'm pretty sure that will be interesting. If my memory serves me correct, you left the party room a few minutes before the theft on the night of the dedication.
I went to my office to check that everything was ready for the inauguration.
I'm sorry, but to check what? And at night?
The new exhibit hall will open next week, and there are still a lot of little things to fix. And now, after the theft, it will be even more complicated.
Let's hope the police don't get any strange ideas, considering how they're struggling to find a culprit.
But that's ridiculous! I'm risking my reputation with the opening of the new museum wing. I can't believe that someone would suspect me.
You're right. You really have to stop a rumor like that from spreading. I can help you. I just need the list of the stolen objects.
What? But why would you need it? I don't know. Of course, I don't want to be suspected, but the police advised me not to pass along any information.
You need help, and I'm prepared to give you mine, but you have to allow me to help you, and you can do so by giving me that list.
Well, Mr. Chamber, since it's so important to you, here's the stolen objects list. I must ask you to exercise the utmost discretion, however.
Of course you don't have to worry. Many thanks for your helpfulness, Professor Archer.
Now, though, let me ask you for a favor.
A favor?
Could you please bring this picture to your uncle, Inspector Chamber? It was taken in the museum warehouse the day before the theft. We wanted to document the ongoing works. Now, maybe it will be useful to the investigation.
No problem, Professor. It would be a pleasure.
It seems that someone has put Mr. Chamber on our trail.
So it seems. I barely had the time to remove all the documents related to us from the Chamber of Commerce.
Fortunately, the operation has not been delayed.
Whoever is acting against us, they are a very clever rival.
It's just a matter of time. Sooner or later, we'll identify him.
What should I do in the meantime?
Proceed as planned. We're counting on your zeal.
Yes, sir.
It's a folded sheet of paper. Just what I always wanted. Besides, paper can always come in handy. I don't want to bother him.
Hi there, Charlie. To what do we owe this visit?
I was in the area, and I thought I'd drop by.
You're always welcome, nephew. Unfortunately, though, I'm buried in work. And it's so hot in here I'm having trouble focusing. And I still have many hours to go.
Don't worry, Uncle. There's no problem.
Ah, much better. I should have turned it on myself. Thanks, Charlie.
Hey, Uncle, a little while ago I met with Professor Archer, the director of the museum. He asked me to give you this picture. It was taken in the museum shop the day before the theft.
Oh, look at this. Very interesting. It will be very helpful. Thanks a lot, Charlie. Just curious.
Here he comes.
Why did you meet with Professor Archer? Don't tell me you're sticking your nose in the case, nephew.
Oh, certainly not. It's a misunderstanding. It was a happy coincidence.
Okay, I was just curious. With my back, this will be a problem.
Wait, I'll pick it up. It's the case file. Interesting. Here's the list of the stolen items. And there's other information, too. I wish I had more time to read it thoroughly.
Thanks, Charlie.
Here you go. Here's the picture.
Thanks again.
You're welcome, Uncle. Okay, Uncle, I'll let you work. Perhaps one of these days you can come by and see me, okay?
Count on it, Charlie. See you soon.
Hey, Gregory, how did it go at the Chamber of Commerce? Did you find anything?
Hello, Charlie. Welcome back. Well, yes, actually. I found something weird.
So you're telling me that, in your opinion, someone stole those documents on purpose?
Well, I'm afraid so. It's important data. It doesn't just vanish into thin air.
Okay, things are getting really strange. Who are these people, and what do they want from me?
If I may, maybe this isn't the end. Your family's foundation is very important. Perhaps it's possible they can gather information more easily than we can. Maybe, if I might suggest, by directly contacting the Chamber of Commerce in the capital.
You're right. It's a good idea. Whoever is involved in this matter, I don't think they could have gotten all the way there. Not yet, at least. Contact the Farcon Foundation and ask if they can take care of this issue.
Oh, okay. What are you going to do in the meantime?
I'll do one of the things I do best. I'll relax for a few hours to sort out my ideas, and maybe rest up a bit. I've been running around all day. You know I'm not used to all this physical activity. Should I be sleeping already? Haha, what do we have here? Thank you, my photographic memory. Here's the police file on this case. Let's see. The police think the thieves could try to sell the stolen goods. They're keeping all the receivers in the area under surveillance, along with the venues selling contraband products like alcohol. Hey, Joseph's Club, the Proud Peacock, is included on the list. It's where I usually spend my evenings. Maybe I should have a little chat with Joseph. I'll warn him about the police surveillance, of course. Then maybe I'll be able to gather some information. After all, we've been friends for many years, and he always knows what's happening in this town. Criminals and the underworld don't keep any secrets from him. The woman who left these tracks stopped in front of this amphora. I wonder why. Is it special in any way? Maybe I could ask Professor Archer for help, or Toletta perhaps. After all, her family donated most of these items. I didn't notice it the other evening when I arrived at the museum. With a van this size, it would have been easy to drive away with the stolen goods unnoticed. Oh, finally, a little bit of luck. The license plate is clearly readable. It's a TNT van from the telephone company. They're actually working to connect this area of the city to the phone network. Okay. And using these tools, it should be easy to eliminate any tracks left by tires. It would be enough to just scrub the terrain with them. Should I be sleeping? Do you remember the password to access the Proud Peacock?
That's strange. You've been going to that place every week for years, and still you don't remember the password for the entrance?
You know I have problems remembering certain things. Names, dates, places, people. In my defense, I can say that the Proud Peacock password changes periodically, so it's not so strange that I don't remember it.
Okay. I don't want to push you on this. Not too much, at least. Unfortunately, I don't know the password. I'd try looking at the bottom of a bottle. Maybe that's where you lost it.
You're very funny, Charles.
I wasn't trying to be.
Gregory must have found it under my bed, but unfortunately it's empty. Hey, there's something attached to the bottom. It looks like a ticket with something written on it, but I can't read it. If I tried to remove it, I'd risk ruining it and making it unreadable. This is definitely weird. How did it end up in there? Good morning again, Professor. What can you tell me about the amphora in the picture you gave me? The one with the triangular base. Do you remember?
Yes, sure. I remember that object. A valuable Greek amphora from the 17th century. A peculiar object indeed. It was said to be cursed. Did you know?
Cursed?
Bringer of bad luck and adversity. Those are just rumors, of course. I don't want to waste time on such foolishness. It was donated by the Thratomachus family in 1907. I'm sure of this because that was the year I started working at the museum.
1907. That's the year when the Thratomachus, Teletus family, created the commercial alliance with my father. And it's also the year of that big stock market crash. We were among the few who benefited from it.
Is everything all right, Mr. Chamber?
Yes, of course, Professor Archer. Thank you for your help. The butler went to call Toletta. He said to wait here until she arrives. And not to touch anything. Let's have a look. Hey, it fits perfectly. Hey, but it actually has a purpose then. Pierre Perignon. Now I remember. That's the password to get into the Proud Peacock. Let's see. It's a series of old press clippings. Wait a minute. They're all about my family and the accident I had when I was a boy. The one that killed my parents. Why does Toletta have these? That's strange. From what these newspapers say, they brought me to this house, to the Thratomachus place, even before bringing me to the hospital. I wasn't aware of that.
Rummaging through other people's belongings isn't a nice thing to do, Charlie.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I didn't want to sound impolite. I was just looking around.
Don't worry, Charlie. I'm just teasing you. So, what can I do for you?
Why did you collect all these press clippings? Are you gathering information on me?
I think it's pretty normal to gather some information about your boyfriend, don't you agree? It's sort of a family album. Don't you do the same thing with me?
I think I already know everything I need. You'll tell me about the missing pieces when you want to.
Please do as you wish. I'm guessing that you have something else to tell me, though, Charlie. Am I correct?
You should answer some questions about a peculiar Greek amphora with a triangular base that's kept at the museum.
A Greek amphora? And why should I know anything about it?
Mainly because it was donated to the museum by your family. And since it was the real objective of the thieves...
Charlie, please listen to me. There are some things that would be better to stay hidden. I know it's hard to accept this, but please, trust me.
I'm sorry, but I don't think so. It's obvious that something's going on, and now I want to find out what it is.
You're right. You deserve an explanation. I just know that among the stolen archaeological finds, there's a particular object, an amphora to be exact, that is really important to my family.
Oh!
I know that you don't believe in certain kinds of folklore, so to speak. That's why I was unwilling to bring up this subject before. We Thradomachuses, however, place a certain stock in legends and mysteries. Well, that amphora is called Kairos, and it is a very special object.
Why is it so special?
Based on the results of our research, the Kairos is much more than a simple amphora. That object is a receptacle, a container capable of channeling misfortune from the surrounding environment, amplifying it, and then indiscriminately pouring it out to things and people. You might not believe it, but we think that object is a great danger. We need to recover it, whatever it takes.
Come on, Toletta. I don't want to disrespect your beliefs, but don't you think you're exaggerating? Cursed objects. Misfortune. This sounds ridiculous.
Absolutely not, Charlie. I'm accustomed to giving everything the correct weight. You were the one who said that the amphora was probably the real target of the theft. Or am I wrong? Evidently, my family and I aren't the only ones who consider that object really important.
That certainly seems to be the case. Frankly, this story still seems pretty fishy, though.
I'm sorry, Charlie. I put you in a dangerous situation. If you think I can help you, or if you need anything from me, please don't hesitate to ask.
That's the entrance to the club. Very subtle to avoid unwanted attention. Disturbing. Someone drove a knife into this poster. It seems dangerous. Maybe it's better to take it out. Of all things, an abandoned tricycle at the corner of the street. I don't think I've ever had one of these before. Well, better late than never.
Password.
Nah, I completely forgot about it. This password thing always confuses me. Let's see, how was it? Pierre Perignon.
Okay, my friend, you can pass. Have a nice evening.
You need correct attire for any occasion. Luckily, I always keep a change of clothes available here. These are the privileges of being a regular.
Good evening, sir. What can I get you? I have to remind you that I'm forbidden to serve you olives in any form.
And it's all because of that harmless accident. Let's see. A whiskey, thank you.
What can I bring you, sir?
A whiskey, thank you.
Oops.
Maybe I shouldn't have finished it all in one gulp. I'm sorry. I didn't want to.
Don't worry, sir. Just leave it to me. Say goodbye to another glass. These are really tragic days. We're almost out of them. Maybe I can fix it. The damage doesn't look too serious. Let's see. If I glue this one this way, and this other one that way.
Glue. It seems the barman already used more than enough of it. I guess he wouldn't complain if I took what's left in the canister. That's strange anyway. Probably a sort of kleptomaniac episode. Good evening, Joseph. Any news here at the Proud Peacock?
Charlie, it's been a while. I thought you found another club to spend your evenings in. It's been a long time since your last visit.
You're right. The fact is, I've had a long list of unpleasant engagements lately. Grand openings, lectures, business meetings, those sorts of things. Sometimes I've even had to participate in these events. It's been a real nuisance.
It must have been a real grind, I presume.
You know I wouldn't. I'm sentimentally bound to this place. I could never abandon it. By the way, how about rewarding me for my loyalty? By setting aside old misunderstandings and withdrawing the prohibition on serving the olives?
Charlie, you know you're my favorite customer, but let's try not to tempt fate again.
I'm sorry, I've been busy. Did you know I have a new job? A stiff one, I mean, not the usual.
I heard you started working as a private detective. I guess it's true, huh?
Rumors travel fast, as usual. And I was hoping to surprise you.
That's very kind of you. But as you know, keeping up to date is part of my job. Tell me, are you here for a drink? Or is your visit related to something else?
Well, to tell the truth, I was hoping that you could lend me a hand with the case I'm working at the moment.
Charlie, let it go. This road could lead you to some unpleasant surprises.
Come on, Joseph. For all the drinks I offered your patrons? I'm not asking for any kind of direct help. I just need some suggestions.
And what are you looking for suggestions for?
Well, I'm working on the theft that happened at the museum the other night. And since no one knows the gutters of this city better than you, I was wondering if you've heard anything about it. I'm still an inexperienced detective, unfortunately, but I just need someone to point me in the right direction.
You're sticking your nose in a dangerous world, Charlie. Are you sure you want to do this?
You worry about me too much. You know I'm well protected. Furthermore, what better protection than showing what I'm capable of?
I understand. No offense intended, Charlie. But what do I get for getting mixed up in this business?
You'll find it interesting to know that the police have been keeping your place under surveillance. They think the thieves might try to sell the stolen goods through smuggling channels.
Well, well. So that's how things really are, huh? I have to say that this whole thing is turning out quite unexpectedly.
Believe me, this case is far from normal. I'm working on it for personal reasons. That's why I'm so interested.
Grit and determination. You surprise me. It seems you're taking this matter way more seriously than you usually do.
See? I told you I'm serious. Come on, we've been friends a long time. I wouldn't bother you if it wasn't important.
I see there's no dissuading you this time. Oh well, As you wish. I'll try to give you the information you seek. I don't know much about the theft at the museum, only that it was done by a group of professionals from out of town. They're led by a strange woman with a fondness for white dresses. She calls herself White Widow.
A woman? With a fondness for white dresses?
As far as I know, they still haven't tried to sell the stolen goods yet, and I don't think they will. Thefts like this are always commissioned by a buyer. Artwork in general is very difficult to fence.
It was theft on commission, then.
That's everything I know. Good luck with your investigation, Charlie.
Thank you, Joseph. I knew you'd eventually help me.